These are the last 12 hours of Jesus' life. The soldiers selected a thick branch, and after the officer gave the order, they took turns whipping Jesus' back and sides. He could barely stay upright and sat down, but through sheer willpower, Jesus stood up again. Seeing this, the commander immediately ordered them to switch to whips with iron hooks. The soldiers brought them right up to Jesus' face, showing them off, trying to intimidate him into confessing. A soldier struck Jesus' back with the whip, and blood splattered onto his own face, which only made him more excited. Jesus' mother was already in tears, but she couldn't help him. At that moment, Jesus still calmly looked at the crowd of onlookers below. After being whipped repeatedly, the soldiers grew tired. Then they unlocked Jesus' handcuffs and dragged him back to the brutal prison. But the soldiers weren't done with him yet. They wove a crown from thorns and placed it on Jesus' head. These were the last 6 hours of Jesus' life. He was forced to carry the cross, beginning a path of redemption for a foolish world. The Jews threw stones at Jesus until he was exhausted and fell heavily to the ground. The soldiers continued to beat Jesus, but he didn't give in. He picked up the cross again and slowly made his way to the execution ground outside Jerusalem. Then Jesus was thrown down onto the cross, and the soldiers tied him directly to it. They drove iron nails through Jesus' palms, and blood poured onto the ground. The Virgin Mary could only watch helplessly as everything unfolded before her. The soldiers then pulled on ropes and raised the cross upright. Though Jesus endured tremendous suffering until his very last moment, he still prayed for those who inflicted violence upon him. A soldier dipped a cloth in water, placed it on a spear, and offered Jesus one last sip. Then he picked up the spear and thrust it hard into Jesus. Finally, Jesus completed his redemption of the foolish world and left this earth forever. Perhaps God truly saw all this suffering. A single tear fell from heaven and hit the ground heavily. The next second, the earth immediately shook violently, and the temple was torn in half by a crack in the ground. At that moment, the high priest finally realized what a terrible mistake he had made. But it was already too late. Some people took down Jesus' body, and the Virgin Mary silently stared ahead as if a curse was descending.